I want you all to do me a favor. I want you to touch the person next to you and tell them, I'm so excited, I could just explode all over you.
Explode all over you. I got my jacket on. Okay.
I feel like the volcano getting ready to erupt. I feel like the little bit of TNT getting ready to detonate. I'm so excited. I could just explode all over you. It brings me great honor and a great privilege to be able to stand before you today. My name is Earl Davis. I am the 2002 Winter Olympic torchbearer. I represented Tampa in the Winter Olympics. And Chris is a very good friend of mine. He's got some great things lined up for everybody here at the Welcome Building Annex. And when he told me about a very dear friend of mine, a very dear mentor of mine, and we talked about bringing him in, he said to me, he says, I can't think of anybody else to bring him in except one of his students. And I've been a student of Mr. Tracy for probably 7 years. What makes this thing so incredible, and I'll hurry up, Ryan, because I know he's not very much for a big introduction, but sometimes things need to be said. This is a guy that I met by way of audio tape about 7 years ago when my life was stuck in a rut, when things weren't working out for me. I was behind my dreams and my bills. I was barely making a living. I was probably making about $50 a week. And here it was. I felt as if I wanted to give more to life, and I wanted to become all that I could be. And I found myself in a library where I would go and retreat. And I found a set of audio tapes, The Psychology of Achievement, and it changed my life. I heard his words. It says, you become what you think about most of the time. And so I would listen to his tapes day in. I didn't have an automobile at the time. I'd walk to work. And I put that Walkman on with Brian's voice in my ear telling me, you become what you think about most of the time. Well, fast forward through the story. I got a phone call, and my mother told me that she had broken her foot. And I went to go pick up my mother. And so we're on Malfunction Junction. Those of you from Tampa, you know exactly where it is. It's really crazy. Am I right about it? It's really crazy. Now repeat after me, please. Say, when the pupil is ready, the master will appear.
The master will appear.
Say it again. When the pupil is ready,
when the pupil is ready,
the master will appear. So here I am. I'm driving on the interstate. I'm by a Malfunction Junction. I see this big billboard that says Brian Tracy's coming to town. So I stopped right over at Malfunction Junction, right on that little portion. And it's very dangerous. I see him out there. It's very dangerous over there, but sometimes you've got to stop and you've got to do something. And I took that pen and I wrote down that 800 number, and I called it right there in the traffic. Got the first young lady on the line. I said, my name is Earl Davis. I'm an aspiring speaker. I'd like to find out if you can help me to meet Mr. Tracy. And she told me no. And I kept talking. And I've done phone sales from time to time. They tell you, as long as the phone is up, you keep selling. So I kept talking. And long story short, she told me she couldn't help me, but she would give me a number of someone that possibly could. And I said, thank you. I said, can I use your name as leverage when I speak to the next person? And she said, my name is Suzanne, but you don't have to. She said, whoever has this number is already in good standing. So I picked up the phone again, and I called a lady named Sherry Jackson. And Sherry said to me, she said, I said, I'd like to meet Mr. Tracy. And she said, I can't help you with that. He's a very busy man. He's not going to have time. I said, well, ma'am, please. And she kept the phone up too, so I kept on selling. I don't remember what I said, but I was in there. I was determined. And finally, I came to the point where I said, Sherry, you don't understand. The only reason that Mr. Tracy has come to town is to meet me. She said, that's off the door. She said, well, if you're going to come to this conference, you're going to have to pay the ticket price like everybody else. And I said, how much are you talking? She said, $750. And I said, oh. I said, can you answer one thing for me? If I find a way to get the money, will you allow me to meet him? And she said, I can't make you any promises, but you can at least shake his hand. And on that note, I said, well, I'll call my television set. And she said, you're serious, aren't you? I said, yes, ma'am. I'm very serious. He's only come to town to meet me. Repeat after me. When the pupil is ready.
When the pupil is ready,
the master will appear.
The master will appear.
And so I'm talking to her. She says, look, you're going to have to pay the ticket price. I said, I'll do it. I said, I'll do anything. I'll carry luggage. I'll get the coffee. I'll help you sell tickets. I'll run the product table for you if you need that. I'll do whatever it takes. She said, listen, She says, I've got a good feeling about you. She says, you're not going to believe this. She says, but I've gotten into a jam. She said, the person that was supposed to pick Mr. Tracy up from the airport cannot do it. And I said, yes, ma'am. And then I heard her say something else. She said, the same person that was supposed to pick him up from the airport is not going to be able to introduce him. Do you think you can find a way to do that too? And I said, yes, ma'am. And so fast forwarding through the story even more. We eventually did the event, and Mr. Tracy came out on the platform, and he didn't know it, but he gave me an endorsement that day that led to 20 speaking opportunities for me, from Viacom to Radio Shack to Wendy's Fast Food International, and my career hasn't stopped since then. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you tonight, when the student is ready, the master will appear. And I believe that those of you in the audience, you're ready tonight. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to a man that's not changed my life, but he's changed the lives of many people from 8 countries and millions of people later. He's been doing this now for a very long time. And his heartbeat and is rich and content-driven. Let me tell you, it's a phenomenal thing to hear a great man that not only says a good message, but he lives a good message every single day. So please stand on your feet. Put your hands together and help me welcome my friend and mentor, Mr. James.
It's impossible for the talk to be as good as that introduction. So I'm already swimming uphill. Thank you for being